www.DESIblitz.com.
Hello, I'm Imtiaz Dharker and you're watching me on DESIblitz.com. When I can't comprehend why they're burning books or slashing paintings, when they can't bear to look at God's own nakedness, when they ban the film and gut the seats to stop the play, and I ask why, they just smile and say, she must be from another country. I was born in Pakistan, but I left there when I was 6 months old and grew up in Glasgow in Scotland. And as far as I was concerned, I was Glaswegian. I mean, we children, there was 3 cultures inside the house and another one outside, and we belonged to all of them. In fact, our maiden name was Mubarak, and we called ourselves the Clan Mubarak. We even had our own tartan. I think it was mostly purple. And from Glasgow, I met when I was very young an Indian and eloped with him to Bombay. It was called Bombay at that time, before its name was changed or thrown away, and it became Mumbai. And India was a great place to be for me at the time. It was wide open to amazing experiences. India was a place where I was able to develop my writing. It was a strange lone voice, but I was able to write, and in many ways Bombay was very kind to me. So all of us carry many identities inside our skin. It's just that it's a case of recognizing that all those identities are there, and they're all equally valid. It's not as if because you're born in one geography you have to be stuck with that geography and its culture forever and ever. I think people evolve and change and grow, and part of growing is to take in all kinds of cultural influences. The food we eat now, the art we see, the music we hear, all of those things become part of who we are, part of the things that matter to us. And for me, my culture really, and my relatives really, are the writers I have read. I don't think it's a struggle to deal with dual identity. I think it's a richness. I think all of this access to different cultures and different openness makes us actually richer. These are treasures that we have to make the most of. Everyone has a geography that they start with, a set of expectations that they start with, and then it's a case of how much they grow outside of that expectation. When I eat up the olives and spit out the pits, when I yawn at the opera and the tragic bits, when I pee in the vineyard as if it was Bombay, flaunting my bare ass, covering my face, laughing through my hands, they'll turn away, shake their heads quite sadly. She doesn't know any better, they'll say. She must be from another country. I meet the British Asians who are reading. I meet the ones who are writing poetry. I meet the ones who are winning fiction prizes. So maybe I'm seeing a slanted view. I hope that not everyone is sitting at a computer or at an iPad and is not reading at all. But of the ones who are reading, they're very visible, and they're not just reading, they're writing as well. My advice to a young person who wants to write now is find your own voice. First of all, read. Find the writers that you admire. Read them. Internalize it. Read what you love. Then read also what you don't love. Find out why you don't love it. Then, if you are beginning to write, find your own voice. It's your voice that makes whatever you're writing different. And I don't mean just a kind of unedited splurge of emotion or something like that. I mean craft it, but make the voice true. Don't try to write in the voice of some dead white male. Don't try to write in the voice of someone else that even a writer you admire. Don't necessarily try to copy them, but take what you think is good and find your own voice and write in that. That's the best advice I can give. And read voraciously. There's this white page and you have the germ of an idea, a line, I'm putting that first line down on the page. And very often it may be, on a bus or at a railway station, and you're using a paper napkin to write on, and if you're not lucky, you throw it away by mistake. But that line, the moment when a line comes which makes you feel, I want to write that down, that's a magic moment. And then the poem grows around it. There's a point of kind of stillness that comes down if you know something's working. And when that stillness happens, there's no such thing as time. It all falls away. I can be there for hours and not realize that I haven't moved for those hours while an idea is working. If it does work. If it doesn't, terrible, you throw it away. I think my inspiration comes from everyday life, from seeing what goes on around me, from being out on the street, from hearing conversations passing by. It's from other people, from, normal people and everyday things. That's where, for me, it's not about going off to the mountains and being in solitude. It's for life buzzing by and eavesdrop conversations. I think poets are great eavesdroppers. And sometimes it's a case of just hearing, listening, being very, very quiet and listening to what's going on in the world. The writing and the drawing happen together. I can't actually separate them. And the drawing is not an illustration of the writing. It's more like, someone used a very good word. They said the drawings amplify the writing and the writing amplifies the drawing. So in a way they come together, and I think for me they're things that can't be separated. What's next for me is I'm working on my new poems. I have a new set of drawings. I have a manuscript in my back pocket and I'm about to send that off. But yes, they're new poems, always. But from where we are, it doesn't look like a country. It's more like the cracks that grow between borders behind their backs. That's where I live. And I'll be happy to say I never learned their customs. I don't remember their language or know their ways. I must be from another country.